Good morning, everyone. Hope all are taking care of your health and all are fine. So, I wish you would have studied the lesson which I have taught you in the previous class about atmosphere. We have completed the importance of gases that was comprising the atmosphere, the composition of different gases in the atmosphere, and also we have highlighted the importance of layers of atmosphere to sustain life on the earth. Now, we are about to start the cause of ozone layer depletion. Greenhouse effect, global warming, everything we have done it. Now we are about to start cause of ozone layer depletion. Now ozone layer depletion is one of the most serious problems faced by our planet Earth. It is also one of the prime reasons which are leading to global warming. So ozone is a colorless gas which is found in the stratosphere of our upper atmosphere. The layer of ozone gas protects us from the harmful ultraviolet rays or the radiations of the sun, and the ozone layer absorbs these harmful radiations, preventing these rays from entering the Earth's atmosphere. Here the ultraviolet radiations are very high energetic and electromagnetic waves which are emitted by the sun, and which if enters the atmosphere can lead to very serious environmental issues. So including this, the global warming and also a number of death related issues for the living organism. So to overcome this ozone layer depletion, we have to take care of our environment. This is the most important factor which we have to keep in mind so that we will be able to sustain our life in a peaceful way. Now the ozone hole is an annual thinning of the ozone layer over the Antarctica. The most pronounced decrease in ozone has been in the lower stratosphere. However, the ozone hole is most usually measured not in terms of ozone concentration at these levels, but by reduction in the total column ozone. The primary cause of ozone depletion is the presence of chlorine containing sources gases, primarily the CFC, which is also called as chlorofluorocarbon and related halocarbons. Most of the ozone that is destroyed in the lower stratosphere, in contrast to the much smaller ozone depletion through homogeneous gas phase reactions, and this occurs primarily in the upper stratosphere. So the factors that lead to destruction of the ozone gas is in the ozone layer, which include low temperatures, which increases the level of chlorine and bromine gases in the upper stratosphere. But the most important reason for ozone layer depletion is the production and emission of CFC or chlorofluorocarbon. This leads to almost 80% of the total ozone layer depletion. Now the population, which is a great threat for the environment. Global warming and consumption patterns are inextricably linked in their collective global environmental impact. As developing countries' contribution to global emissions grows, and population size and growth rates will also become significant factors in magnifying the impacts of global warming. That means this population day by day, whatever rate it is increasing, it's leading to increase in global warming, because the consumption of the people to meet the daily requirements is day by day increasing. So it's said that if the size of the population will grow, it will lead to very serious impacts on the environment and global warming will be more. Now the impact of global warming. Glaciers melting and sea levels rising. Many glaciers are already melting, and if the temperature keeps increasing, they will continue to melt. As the glaciers are melting, the ocean levels are also rising, and this will lead to flood in the areas which are located near the coast. So melting of glaciers and rising of sea level is completely dependent on global warming. Migration of animals. Animals will migrate to cooler regions as their old habitats get too warmer, and this could disrupt the food chain, put some species in danger of extinction. It's said that where usually the animals were about to stay, these areas due to this global warming has already become warmer, and so they have to migrate from one place to another so that they can regain their habitats. So this will obviously change the food chain, and this is what the migration of animals leads to global warming, or the due to global warming migration of animals are seen. Now, due to global warming, temperature is also increasing day by day. Some scientists, based on the research, suggest that warming will fuel more powerful hurricanes as well as more droughts and flooding in different parts of the world. You know, hurricanes means the tornadoes or the storms, heavy storms which we are facing, and we, the coastal belt people, are every year facing these problems. So these temperature or increasing of this temperature will lead to powerful hurricanes and droughts everywhere around the earth. Now it is said that due to global warming there will be a change in our whole ecosystem. That means cold weather biomes such as the tundra will shrink while desert will continue to expand. That means cold season will be decreased and warmer or hot seasons will be more. Another great impact of global warming is heavy precipitation and flooding. Precipitation means rainfall, more rainfall. And flooding, as you know that if rainfall is more, flooding will be more. As temperatures increases, more rainfalls occur during the heaviest downpours, increasing the risk of flooding events. It also creates conditions that can lead to more powerful hurricanes and summer storms. There is also a possibility that the frequency and severity of extreme weather events will increase, such as heat waves, and in the near future the precipitation will reduce so much that over subtropical land areas and increase at subpolar latitudes and equatorial regions. That means there will be uneven rainfall and flooding everywhere. This global warming also leads to changing of seasons. Global warming affects the show spring is commencing sooner than it has been in the past. This could cause flooding from reservoirs, filling up too soon, and droughts where there's not enough precipitation to provide adequate nourishment for the crops. That means whatever water is necessary for the agricultural fields and in timing, proper timing, that is not maintained nowadays, and that is the only reason due to global warming. So it causes change of seasons also. Extinction of plant and animal species. Due to this global warming, some of the plants and the animal species are becoming extinct. That means their whole species is not able to be identified anymore in our near future. So unable to acclimatize to the changes in their environment, plants and animal species may succumb to the effects of global warming and becomes extinct. This can be observed from the fading coral reefs. The threat to animal life is also seen in the decline of breeding pairs and altered reproduction efforts. In Antarctica, past 30 years, we have seen 32,000 breeding pairs of adult penguin, which has lowered to 11,000. That means that species is going to extinct. So we have to take some important measures which will reduce the global warming and will ultimately reduce the extinction of the plant and animal species. Now the ways to reduce global warming. What measures can we take so that we will reduce the global warming in our environment or on the earth? Using recyclable products. By using recyclable products instead of disposals, people can reduce the waste which ultimately leads to global warming. Nowadays you might have seen polythene is completely banned because it was not able to be degraded within the period of time. It takes millions of years to degrade. So nowadays we use paper bags or cloth bags, which is environmental friendly. So this will also reduce the global warming. So people should make an effort to use products that can be used over a period of time. And there are methods to recycle certain products such as plastic, glass and aluminum cans, papers and newspapers. So make more use of recyclable products. Another very important measure what we can do is purchasing energy efficient products. That means the most efficient way to reduce global warming is to suggest measures for energy conservation. Like home energy is one of the biggest cause of global warming. So by avoiding these products that come with the excessive packages, products that cannot be recycled, and if people save garbage at their houses, people can save large amount of carbon dioxide annually. So these steps should be taken right from our home in a domestic way. So by turning off the heaters, air conditioners, coolers when they are not being used is a small step with a big impact on the global warming. So dear children, you have to keep in mind all these points and you have to utilize it. And you can see a drastic change in our environment. At present, when we have been under the lockdown, you might have heard in the news and all, Ganga became pollution free, everywhere the mountains were visible. And why, for what these changes we saw? Because there was very less interference of human beings. We have left the environment without any disturbance. So this type of measures if you take, then you can save your environment or your earth with a beautiful nature for your future generation. Tree plantation. Dear children, you might be remembering previous year we have done Van Mahotsav. Do you remember? And we have called our guest Mr. Kulange. And that was the day when sister also, that month only sister also came to our school, isn't it? So that was a very important day for us on that day. So what we did, we just planted beautiful trees in our school premises. So this tree plantation is also a very useful measure taken to avoid this global warming. So by growing trees in and around our houses, will lower down the temperature of our houses. In fact, tree plantation is the best possible way to combat the global warming. So they absorb the carbon dioxide and release oxygen. They also absorb the harmful gases emitted from the vehicles. So we must plant a tree in our lifetime. And only planting is not important. Rather, you have to take care of that. And you have to bring up this plant into a tree. Our last topic is reducing pollution. When you have to travel shorter distance, then why don't you try to walk or cycle? But we people are always habituated with our two-wheelers and four-wheelers. So this will lead to more pollution. So try to avoid all these things. This will help to save the fuel and also reduce the pollution caused by the vehicles. You know, emissions from the vehicles cause a lot of pollution and this leads to heavy global warming. The gases which are emitted from the vehicles damages the ozone layer. And due to this only the ultraviolet rays or other harmful rays from the sun reaches directly to our earth. And this may cause many dreadful diseases on your body, on your skin. So the earth, it reaches to the earth and causes many problems of global warming. So another way to reduce the air pollution caused by the industries into the atmosphere is to use the low sulfur fuels instead of fossil fuels. Also, there should be a strict control on the emission of harmful gases from the industries. This will also reduce the level of pollution in our surrounding. Also, the reduction in the use of conventional source of energy or fossil fuels and use of renewable sources of energy such as solar energy, tidal energy, biogas energy should be used more instead of using these fossil fuels. So this would significantly contribute to reduce the global warming. So we have to take these measures to avoid this global warming in our surrounding. So by this we come to an end of this chapter and I hope you might have understood. After this, please go through the textbook once again.